Donna now in day
Ooh,
two.
sticky. Sticky. Time.
Oh, you're there, are you? Oh, great. Listen, I'll be with you in 2 seconds. I'm just finishing this article here on arts and crafts. Some arty stuff here. Got to the end of it. Actually, when I was reading this, it got me thinking. You know, years and years and years ago, they used to print papers word by word by word or letter by letter. So I thought, hey, I can do that. And do you see what I came up with? Have a look at this, folks. Isn't that fantastic? That is printed using little printing blocks, sponges and bits of wood on paint, and then just print them all the way around my paper. Do you want to know how to do that? Of course you do, because you wouldn't be watching otherwise. What do you need? You need blocks of wood, you need paint, you need glue, sponges, paint lids, paper, corks, and scissors. Ta-da! The first thing I need to do now is to make my little printing blocks. So I get scraps of blocks of wood. I can get them. I got these from the shed. You can ask Mum and Dad where you can get some yourself. And when I have got my scraps, I lay it down there, and I have to cut shapes out of sponge. So I take my scissors, and you be very careful with the scissors because it can be dangerous. And you cut shapes. I'll cut some squares here. Just cut along like that. And there's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares. If I wanted, I could maybe cut triangles. See that? They're triangles. That's just cutting the corners. Or I could have rectangles, just cutting longer. You don't have to use a green sponge. It can be any sponge, because you'll be dipping these in paint later on. And then what I do is I stick them to my blocks. Now, I'm using a stronger glue here than PVA, so you might want to ask Mum and Dad where you can get a little stronger glue, and they can help you out. So I'll stick one there. I'll stick one here like that. I'll make a 3 one, will I? 3 little printing blocks, little printing pads. And you keep them spaced out so they don't clutter each other. I've some that I've made over here. There's one with 4. Do you see that? That's 4. There's one, a big one that I have with just 1 on it. There's one that was really clever, and I actually put 1 on one end and 1 on the other end, so I can actually have 2 different colors. So there, see? 1 on one end, 1 on the other end. So let's get printing, people. Now, put these to the side. I take my piece of paper. I get my little printing block, and I put it into my paint. Just dip it lightly into the paint. And now start printing. Just press it lightly on, like that. And don't press too hard, because then it'll just go all spludgy, and it won't look as good. And I keep going like that, all the way around. I'll do that side, and then I'll do this side, and then I'll do the top here, and around. I'll do 1 more of them. Bing! Bing! Now, I had blue around here as well. Remember the one that I showed you? So I get my 1 printing block, see that? And I go ding, 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 all the way around as well. And I do that all the 4 sides too. And you do the corners as well. They're just easy again. Just ding like that, all the way around. And you can space them out in whichever way you want. And eventually, if you keep going all the way around, and you start designing a design, you're going to get like that. Do you see that? See it coming up? A shape is now developing. But what's brilliant here is I found some corks. And they are round. They're like round printing blocks. I'll do them in green. And I fill in my spaces. And again, don't press too hard. Ding, 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 ding. See that? And again, all around. Until you get, and you see it before. Da-da-da-da! Fantastic. That could be yours if you just try. Here's one I made before. This one, I just had a drawing of fish, a little sketch, and you can do the same, and then just fill it all in with different shapes. So it's up to you now. Have a look at this. Let's look back at how I did the printing. Collect blocks of wood and cut out some sponge shapes. Glue them to your blocks of wood in different designs. Then decide on a design and start printing using different colours and shapes. Do you want to know what today's tip for the show is? Experiment with printing. See what I'm going to do with this cork here. I'm going to dip it into my yellow, and then I'm going to go over one of the colours that I've already done. I'm going to go over the red. And do you see the effect I'm getting? That double effect? That can look really effective there. That look really cool. So there you go. There's another idea that you can do with printing. But remember, anything that I do in Sticky, you can do it better at home if you just use your imagination. See you again.